Welcome to For the Vlog for the week of April 14th. I'm your host, J-Ray, and I'm here to tell you about all the shit that happened this week, or last week, whatever. A new storyline's coming out for Batman called Robin Rises Omega. Author Peter Tomasi is looking to bring back a Robin. Now, the story is essentially Batman's chasing Ra's al Ghul, who is the father of Talia al Ghul, who is the mother of Damian, who is the son of Batman and the last Robin. Now, Damian died last year in this epic battle, sacrificed himself, very heroic. So this whole family tie kind of makes it seem as if Damian is going to be the Robin coming back. But Tomasi is adamant in that people shouldn't assume, but it's probably going to be Damian, right? I mean, who else are they going to bring back? You got Dick, who's being a spy. You got Jason Todd being the Red Hood and shooting people and all that kind of. You got Tim Drake, who's the Red Robin, who was never a Robin. I don't know. New 52, what do you expect? But someone's coming back. They're going to be Robin. It's exciting. Check that out. Now, some video game news. As I mentioned in my last video, PAX East was last weekend. A lot of big games were shown off, a lot of demos and all that kind of stuff. And one of the ones that's really being talked about is called Evolve. Evolve was created by the same makers as Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, that kind of stuff. So they're big on the four-person team. Evolve is a 5-player game in which a 4-player team takes on a 1-player monster. So check out the description below for a link to the trailer. It looks promising. It's a little more cartoony than I would have wanted to, but everybody's saying it's awesome. I know it feels like all I do is talk about Batman, but Eurogamer just released 15 high-resolution images of the new Batman Arkham Knight video game. As you can see here, pretty cool stuff. You can see Batman kicking the shit out of a bunch of people. You see some Penguin. You can see some Two-Face. You got Jim Gordon, the Riddler. Some dude who's knocked out. The Batmobile. I played Arkham Origins. I was less than thrilled with it. It wasn't that great. The story was okay. Gameplay was really just the same stuff that it was before. The multiplayer was horrible. I hated it. Check out below. I have a link of a review I did for it. But I hated it. Too long, didn't read. You know what I'm saying? And now, movie news. Harrison Ford recently did an AMA on Reddit. He was asked one of the largest Star Wars questions ever. Who shot first, Greedo or Han? So Harrison Ford looked over the question, really thought about it, took his time, and wrote up this thoughtful response. The Hobbit, one of my favorite movie franchises currently being made, which is attached to Lord of the Rings, which is one of my other favorite movie franchises that was already made. Third installment should be coming out this year, but reports are saying that the name of the movie is going to change. It was originally supposed to be The Hobbit, There and Back Again, which is the title of Bilbo's book that he's writing at the end of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and then the beginning of this movie trilogy. Whew. Reports are saying that it's going to be called The Hobbit Into the Fire, which is a play on a saying that Thorin Oakenshield had said, out of the fire, into the frying pan, kind of, that was bad, this is way worse, whatever. Makes sense. More exciting title is going to make people want to go see it. There and Back Again kind of seems like an anticlimactic title for the trilogy. Plus, where they left off, obviously stuff's still going to be going on, a lot of action and all that kind of nonsense. You got hobbits running around, you got dwarves running around, you got tall wizards trying not to step on them. And that's how I feel like when I go to the mall, trying not to step on all the little people who are fighting me for toys. It was officially stated that Paul Bettany, who is the voice of Jarvis in all the Iron Man movies and Avengers, will be the Vision. For those of you who don't know, the Vision is a superhero who is often associated with the Avengers. He's very technological in terms of his abilities. Now, what's interesting about this news is one, Paul Bettany's a great actor, so he'll actually have some face screen time, as opposed to him going in every movie, recording for about an hour or two and getting paid a whole bunch of money. But number two, it kind of ruins one of my own personal theories about Ultron. Without Hank Pym being in the Avengers and not being in Avengers 2, there's nobody who could have created Ultron based on the comic book lore. So everybody thinks Tony Stark is going to be the creator of Ultron. Now that being said, I thought it made sense that maybe Jarvis would become Ultron. Sure, James Spader's taking the role, so the voice would be entirely different, but maybe his voice goes from a nice British guy to an evil American dude when he switches roles or whatever. But regardless, Paul Bettany being the Vision means that Jarvis will probably turn into the Vision, which means that there is no connection in terms of Jarvis and Ultron. So Ultron's creation is still up in the air. I don't know. Trust me, he's never steered me wrong before, except for when he kills off every single one of my favorite characters and everything he does. Mrs. Doubtfire 2 was announced.
Oh.
Reports have indicated that there's going to be an X-Men stinger ending at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, everybody should be going crazy. Spider-Man and X-Men? Sony owns Spider-Man, Fox owns X-Men. Is this a huge crossover waiting to happen? Is it? No, probably not. Apparently Mark Webb was supposed to make another movie for Fox after 500 Days of Summer, but now that he's tied up in the Spider-Man franchise, he probably won't be able to do that. So Fox seems to have decided that as long as Mark Webb advertises for X-Men in his Spider-Man movie for free, he'll no longer be contractually obligated to make another Fox movie. So you'll see a stinger ending of the X-Men at the end of Spider-Man. Doesn't mean anything. Two separate movies, just happen to be connected to the same movie. It's put your dicks back in your pants, boys and girls. All your dicks, girls, put them back in your pants. But speaking of X-Men, the last X-Men trailer came out. I gotta say, I'm not very excited for X-Men. They've burned me before. They burn me all the time. Wolverine, everything. They just burn me. They burn me up like a Human Torch. Just a lot of people very excited. It's a very action-packed trailer. It does look fairly promising. Honestly, I'll see it anyways. That's what I do. I see movies, right? You can check out the link in the description below. Tell us what you think. And that's it for this week's special edition of For the Vlog. It's special because it's daytime. See you next week.